am Christy. I want to show you behind the scenes of an author life. This week we are talking about planning your novel's edits. For me, editing a novel can be difficult and sometimes impossible, only when you do not know how to edit. I want to edit my book, Love to the Ocean. Before I can explain my plans for editing my novel, I will tell you where I am at the writing process. I am struggling with writing the second draft. I'm at the rewrite draft. For this draft, I need to correct the story structure of the novel. I have no idea how to structure a story. I did attempt to work on the second draft. My editing attempts are as followed. The first thing I've tried to edit my novel as I read it. This attempt did not go as I wanted. The second thing I tried was to rearrange some of the events in the novel. It looked like an option, but it was another failed attempt. I had to learn as much as I could about editing and structuring a novel. I watched one video after another. I found most authors and writers speak of one thing. In the process of writing a novel, you write in scenes. It is the key for you to write a book in a sequence. A plot will plan the parts of one's novel. Everything I found for writing speaks of scenes. Realizing that I learned about scenes could work. I have to work on identifying and splitting my novel up into sections. My first scene focus attempt in my editing of my novel was to make sure each part hits a word count goal. My novel's total word count is past 100,000 words. Another failed attempt since I added too much fluff to reach the word count. Reshuffling the order of the sequence somehow did not work. If I think about it, the idea failed from the start. Since events and scenes are similar, at this point on my trial to edit, I bought a book, Save the Cat, Write a Novel. Started with the number of scenes I do have. I figured out what parts I could add together, what sequences are missing. The easiest way for me to keep track of all the scenes was to round to the nearest 100. My total amount of parts was going to be 200 scenes. This option left me with 2 scenes per percent in the beat. I managed to get the restructuring of the scenes completed. I made 1 or 2 notes about the sequence and edited from there. I had to take a small break from editing. After a month or 2, I started to edit again. I made some notes that did not help. It was not enough for me to edit the novel. That was another failed attempt. With that, I ended up researching more. After watching a few of Abby Emmons' writing videos, the advice sank in. Knowing the novel is far from complete, it is clear to me the manuscript requires a complete restructure. Knowing I have 224 scenes, I will only have the thing that matters in my novel. I have to figure out how to write this novel. The mindset I have to have for the second draft of this novel is like writing the first draft. This will give me more prep work since I have a complete draft to work with. My plan of action is to deal with the edit is as follows. I will read my first draft the way I wrote it in the first place. During this read, I will make notes on how I want to change the overall feel of the novel. Next, I want to split my novel into scenes. This split up will allow me to change the book to how I would like it. It will allow me to make a few extra notes on how things can and might change. From here, it is new editing method for me. My plan is simple. Make as many notes as I can from each scene and work with one part at a time. I will not fall into the trap of reading without making notes again. If I made enough notes and the right ones, I can start with the readers must know. The question you might be thinking about is if I am adding in all the world building. No, I will not add everything in the novel. If it does not apply to what the character have to experience, I will not add it in the novel. I will be focusing on what scenes need to stay in the novel. Those scenes are the scenes giving us crucial information about the character and the world. Those scenes are essential to have for the plot. If any of the scenes are not crucial, I will remove them. If I have a sequence or two not there, I will add that part. When I plan the novel again, with what I have missing in the first draft, I can rewrite the manuscript. I hope this time I will be able to write the second draft of the novel and continue to publish the novel. That is all for this week. Until next week.